Hey guys, welcome to the channel, Earn While You Sleep. It's February 11th, 2024, and I wanted to kind of just talk to everybody a little bit about crypto, and I want to be creating some content on this channel about crypto and kind of like what it is, where it's potentially going, and what we kind of can expect, you know, in the near future. Because at the end of the day, there is so much exciting things kind of happening around it, and not just around crypto, but around like the world in general right now. We really truly are at a turning point in life where, you know, technology is kind of taking over, right? I mean, we can get into artificial intelligence and do all that type of stuff, but at the end of the day, everybody knows it. You can see it. The world is changing. You know what I mean? Like, it just really is. Like, we're on the brink of something different. And I know everybody can kind of feel it, whether it be, you know, the UFOs that are becoming more common, you could say, or, you know, artificial intelligence. I mean, robots. I mean, even in the war in Ukraine and things like that, like, we're not even fighting face to face anymore. And we just got little drones that just come by and just explode. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and keep in mind as well too, right? With this artificial intelligence, blockchain is going to be, it's going to be incorporated into this artificial intelligence, right? And actually, I think Kathy Woods was one to kind of bring that up. And that's what we're going to be doing a lot on this channel as well, is we're going to kind of be going over a lot of different things, but specifically crypto and, you know, what some of the big players are actually speaking about in crypto, like Kathy Woods and Michael Saylor and, you know, even like Larry Fink from BlackRock, right? Like, you know, we're going to make sure that the channel's kind of fully covered in that sense, because, you know, and with all these different tokens that have come out, right, we want to make sure that we're covering those tokens as well, and not just Bitcoin, right? Like Bitcoin's nice, like, it's good, it's definitely the big daddy of crypto, and we need to be educated on that, especially for the newcomers in here, right? But it goes so much further than that, right? We're not late to the party yet with Bitcoin, but you're definitely running that line. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, pretty much, if you're in the crypto space, like Bitcoin is the safe play. You know, like, it's like the S&P 500 in the stock market. You know, like, you want to, like, it's like, you know, you can make your small percent gains if you'd like, if you want to be extra safe. But I mean, even those small gains are extremely high in comparison to the stock market, right? Like, and that's where you want to be. Like, you want to be in the safest area in the crypto market, but in the stock market, Bitcoin would be considered high risk, which is a good place to be if you're, you know, just kind of getting started out. But if you actually know a little bit more about the space and you want to actually, you know, be able to make some potentially life-changing gains, we need to be able to talk about that as well, because the truth of the matter is, this is the new internet, right? This is like the .com boom, right? Everybody has it in their generation. Everyone has something in their generation that can make them extremely wealthy, generational wealth for yourself and your kids. And the truth is, a lot of us, probably the majority of us, we miss it. That's just the truth. We miss it. Like, right? You talk to my mom and, you know, and your mom probably, and it's like, yeah, your .com boom happened, but did they make any money in it? Did you guys invest in Microsoft? Invest in Apple? Of course not. You know what I mean? Like, and if you did, well, you're probably sitting pretty right now. And, you know, but a big part of that is because at that time there was lack of information, lack of education, right? You didn't have access to people and videos and social media and things like that. We are blessed with the opportunity now to really have that information out there. That's just the truth. And if we're, you know, neglecting ourselves of it by, I'm not saying don't work a 9 to 5, but if you're just sitting at your 9 to 5, coming home, cooking and going to bed, walking your dog, and that's it, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. You know, like, you're not going to make it anywhere. We need to do more. We actually all need to do more, right? And that's what this channel is going to be able to kind of help talk about, because I know that everybody's going to be busy during their lives, and sometimes you just need to get it wrapped up. You need everything wrapped up perfectly in a button and be told the most important news as fast as possible, so you can make sure that you're in the loop. And that's exactly what this channel is going to be used for. right? Because there's a lot of other tokens that can change your life. And you might be thinking, oh, well, Bitcoin's at 50,000 or 40,000 or whatever it's at right now. And it's like, yeah, maybe it goes up to 100 and it's a double, but it's too high risk. Well, I mean, that's a personal opinion, but you're right. The risk to reward, the risk to reward is there, but at the same time, only a double, maybe you're right. But the thing is that you really only have to go into the top 100 coins. Like, it's not like all of the crypto other than Bitcoin is high risk, because truthfully, it's not like that. A lot of crypto is not high risk right now. Sure, they're at their infant stages, but what people don't understand is that the crypto market is like a cult, right? Everybody invests, got this dog barking over here, everybody invests within the ecosystem. And when the ecosystem gets rich by these ETFs and institutions kind of getting involved, I'm gonna cross the road over here. Where do you think that money goes? You think everybody's just turn around when buying Lamborghinis and showing it off? No, the truth be told is that the majority of everybody that's getting rich are nerds, and they're just reinvesting into their top projects that they love, that they're involved in, like Cardano, XRP, Solana, things like that, right? Like, they just reinvest. So what does that mean for the ecosystem? Well, it means that everything goes through the roof, whether it's good or not. But not everything. So the ones that have pretty much solidified themselves, like XRP, Cardano, Solana, these ones are, it's pretty safe to say for the most part, they're here to stay, right? It's not guaranteed yet, but they have, been tested and put through the fire. And this next bull run as well, we'll see, how it all ends up. But with that being said, that's what you need to look for to invest in, those top 100 coins, because they actually are safe. And you can get detailed behind it and say, well, it's not generating enough revenue and things like that. But it's not about that. It's about, you have to think about where the money is going to go. With all the people that own Bitcoin, when they take their profits around 100K, 200K, 150, 80K, wherever it's going to be, where is that money going to cycle into, right? That money is going to cycle in to the best altcoins, right? And there's going to be some higher risk ones as well that's going to give you obviously a much better return. But at the same time, if they haven't been around as long as the bigger ones like Cardano and all those, then, it's higher risk, but they're going to pump more. So, for the average investors, if you want to have life-changing wealth, we don't have to get crazy. We can just go to the coins that have been around long enough, that have been through a couple bull runs, right? So that's a big thing that we want to talk about on this channel, and it's just becoming more and more obvious. And that's what we need to think about, with the institutions, because honestly, people don't think about it, but at the end of the day, it matters. And they're not just dabbling in Bitcoin. They are dabbling in other coins, but they're not going to come out and tell you, right? Just how Larry Fink, BlackRock, and everybody that, they're all getting involved in Bitcoin. Did they tell you before that they were getting involved? Hey, everybody, this is a great asset. I'm going to start buying. No, of course not. They're not going to. They want to buy before you guys get involved, and everybody gets involved. And then when it's good, they can when they've accumulated enough, they can come out and tell you how much they own, right? And it's understandable. You can't even blame them. That's just what it is. And now that they've accumulated enough, they're going to continue to start, advertising it. So, it's either two things. It's either going to 600,000, which is the value of gold at this point. If Bitcoin were to be at 600,000, then that would be the equivalent value of gold as an asset. Or it's going to zero because it's worth nothing. Because you know what I mean? There is no in between. It's either extremely valuable or not at all. And I think the writing's on the wall at the end of the day, right? Larry Fink, the biggest asset manager on the planet, is not just an advocate of Bitcoin. He is pushing it now. And within, 2 weeks, he ended up jumping his company into the top 15 Bitcoin holders of all time. I don't even think people understand how many billions of dollars that truly is. So like if anybody's on the fence of anything, it's definitely time to get off the fence, because by the time you actually feel comfortable to get involved, all of the actual wealth will be diminished, like greatly, right? I mean, to any investor and anybody that's not an active investor that is trying to figure out how to become one, what you need to understand is that when there's blood in the streets, that's when you want to invest. When there's uncertainty, which goes against like all of our human emotions, unfortunately. But that is when is the best time to invest, right? That's why you see those little memes with, at the checking account, and people are, nobody's buying anything when it's at $10K, $10,000, $15,000. But as soon as it's at $50,000, $100,000, there's a huge lineup. It's like, well, if the neighbor next door is buying it, then I want to buy it. You want to be cashing out to your neighbor. You don't want to be next to him in line buying. You want to tell him, hey, buy mine, and you take the profit. That's how we want to play it. So it's a journey, right? And Bitcoin's expensive right now. Let's just be honest, right? Like, you want to get one Bitcoin, you can't, and if you can, it's a huge part of your net worth. That's just what it is. But again, that fault is on us, right? Like, if you didn't invest down when it was $7,000, $15,000, $20,000, when it was actually attainable, unfortunately, it's because you didn't have enough information, quality information that actually made you understand how valuable this was. And that's a big part of this channel. It's be able to kind of give that information kind of back to the community, so the people can actually start to win, because institutions like BlackRock and all these, and Cathie Woods, ARK Invest, and Fidelity, all these people, right? Like, they got enough money. This is the first time in history that the people actually have a chance to front run these institutions. Now, the ETF has already come out. They are still buying. It's not like, okay, yeah, the ETF came out, it's done now. Okay, nothing happened. No. They're buying now. They're still buying. And more institutions are going to get involved, and more institutions are going to FOMO. FOMO is a real thing, not just for, civilians. like it's for institutions as well. So, we need to actually start allocating, portions of our paychecks to crypto. That's just what we have to do. And another thing is that we need to be comfortable with losing, right? Like, obviously do everything in your power to win and to make profit and earn while you sleep, because that's what this is all about. But we need to be comfortable with the fact that if you don't make any money, or if you make an investment and it doesn't go well, that's okay. You died on your sword. Like, at least there was a chance to make money. That's the biggest thing. It's like, you used your money and to try and make money with it, and you failed. You'll never regret that. I mean, unless you put more in than you were willing to lose, which you should never do. So, that's a big thing that people kind of, think like, oh, well, I could just buy rims for my car, or I was going to, paint my car. I was going to, finance a new vehicle. This one's getting kind of old. It's like, your vehicle's not going to make you any more money. Not to mention, anytime you get a nice vehicle, I mean, there's speed limits all over. What's the point of getting a Corvette if you speed limit 60 all over your neighborhood? Cops are everywhere. You get busted, you get a huge ticket, you lose your license, you have no car. You literally can't drive fast. It doesn't make sense to have a nice car, right? Like, I mean, again, this is just like a personal opinion, but money can be spent in other ways if you're on the come up, right? So just kind of recognize where we all are in life. And if you're super successful, then great. But if you're on the come up, then recognize that you're on the come up, and let's start making some good moves and some good investments, right? Because there's a ton out there, and a lot of the gold is going to be, honestly, in these altcoins. These altcoins are going to be the ones that pump our bags, and they're going to actually make us get to the next level financially. And that is something that we can get ahead of. We might not be able to front run the institution with Bitcoin per se, because it's, extremely high right now, but you can still front run them in terms of the altcoins. And even if these altcoins don't become like the next Bitcoin or the next, huge part of technology in the future, That's okay. You don't have to hold these till you die. You can just hold them and flip them, right? Like, we know about the cycles. Now, will the cycle stay the same that it has been over the last like 10 years? Probably. Will it have the same extent? I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. But one thing is for sure is that if you buy, you will see profit, but it'll also go down. So, you could also see, some red. So you want to make sure that you're getting in and out. But it's going to be a hell of a lot better than buying any high risk stocks or any, really boring Apple. Like, oh yeah, I bought some Apple stock today and I'm going to hold that for 10 years and make 1 to 3% a year. Like, unless you have like $1 million that you're investing into Apple or Netflix, you're not going to make any money with that. Like, people don't understand. Like, they think they're talking about investing, and then they want to like start jumping into the stock market and put everything in Apple. And it's like, yeah, I'm an investor in Apple. The stock doesn't make any money. It's done. It's over. It's done. What do you own? Half a share, 1 share, 2? Like, come on, it's done. So, we need to look forward. And again, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. This doesn't happen ever, 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 ever. These type of opportunities are very rare. And the truth of the matter is, it's here now, but it won't be for very long. And once this window of opportunity is done, in, I don't know, let's just say the next 5-10 years, the window's gone, it's actually gone for it. Like, it's done. Just like, you know what I mean? Like, it'll be way harder to make money in this soon. So we need to all take advantage of this, wake up, and start making some money. Anyways, guys, that's all for today. Enjoy your day. And just remember, not financial advice, but a little bit of financial education. So everybody, let's get to making money, and let's get everybody excited. And I'll see you next time on the channel. Have a good day.